So we've made the trip out to my favourite playground today, Grimsthorpe Castle, and we're going to be mucking about with different barrel lengths. So this week I bought in a 34-inch Maxim. Obviously I've got my 32-inch Invictus One Sporting and my 30-inch Ascent. So, I mean, I always find barrel length to be a little bit of a fashion thing rather than a useful thing. And one thing I can tell you for certain is it does not change the performance of your cartridges. What it does change is obviously the movability of the gun. 30-inch traditionally has always been the best selling length on the market, but 32-inch has become popular, and obviously with options from Caesar and Perazzi and a few others offering the 34-inch, you are seeing one or two of them kick about. Now, I've never shot a 34-inch before, so I'm really interested to go out and have a bash with the Maxim that we've got in the bag. So it is absolutely awful weather here today, guys. It's pissing it down. So we're going to go and get togged up. The guys here kindly enough held a buggy back for me so we can get back down to the high tower, and we'll go and have a bash. So I'm going to start off with my new 30-inch, and I have spent the week mucking about with it, or well, getting Dad to muck about with it. So we've drilled the stock out to bring some of the weight out the back, and we've also dropped the grip in here just to get a little bit of a better feel. So I've shot this a little bit now, spent a little bit of time with it, getting more used to it. So I think this will be a good place to start. So I'm going to swap back onto my trusty Invictus One 32. I've not shot this for a while, so I'm going to be quite interested to see how we get on with it. But obviously I used to shoot ever so well with it, so it'd be nice to see if I've still got it. So we're going to move on to that 34-inch Maxim. This is an absolute monster of a gun. I mean, it's got a fairly long stock on it at 15-inch, and that is damn near as tall as me. I'm going to shove some of my Teagues in it, and yeah, we'll give it a bash. I mean, the balancing point on this is completely different to the other two. You're a good couple of inches in front of the joint pin there, which is going to make a big difference. So it might make a nice difference on that long E-bird out there. So I've had to come back inside to get out of the rain because it is absolutely horrendous out there. I mean, if that's not dedication for you guys, I don't know what is, because we are both absolutely drenched. So let's get down to it. I mean, we started with the 30. Obviously, I've been getting used to this gun. It's my gun. So, you know, it's a little bit of an unfair advantage. But it does what it does, and it's not too long, it's not too short, it's perfectly in the middle. The balance is nice on it. I know we've spent a bit of time with this, obviously balancing it, to bring the balance as close to the joint pin as possible. I mean, we're not a million miles off there, but it is a little bit whippy on the front end because of the weight in the back. Obviously, it would be nice if I could bring that perfectly up into the middle, just to make it very, very neutral. What I will say is it took us a lot longer to get the footage that we needed with that 34 than it did anything else, because the weight out the front of the gun, it just drives. I mean, I was off the front of everything. I mean, that big, long E-bird, the crosser, the first shot I had with this, I took the front edge off, and then I was just 2-3 foot in front of it. It's just, cumbersome's the wrong word, but there's just so much out the front end that as soon as you get it going, it just doesn't want to stop, which is, I can see the use for it for obviously these really tall extreme pheasants, because the weight out that front end to give you the, you know, the carry of the shot, and obviously the additional weight of the gun to soak up the recoil of the big cartridges. So everything has its place, and I'm not saying that a 34-inch is no good. It has its place in whatever discipline you want to use it in, whether it's game, clay, pigeon shooting. But for me, that'd be something that I would keep as a high pheasant gun. I mean, I know Mark Baxter, who was with us at the Kinnerton Day, he was shooting a 34-inch Summit, and he uses that on the high stuff and absolutely loves it. But for me, as an everyday gun, I mean, you couldn't take this thing in a pigeon hide. I mean, look at the state of that. I mean, it's going to be sticking out the top of your pigeon hide all day long. But it has its use, and so does everything. And the main thing that's noticeable with these guns is the balance point. My 30, just behind the pin. My 32 Invictus One Sporter just in front of the joint pin, and then obviously that Maxim is way, way, way out in front of the joint pin. I mean, what are you there, good 1.5 inches, and it's just teetering back. It just, I mean, if you could balance it up and bring some weight out the front, fair enough. But to me, I don't think you can go wrong with a good old-fashioned 30-inch. It does everything that you need it to do. And it's not a great big massive cumbersome lump of a thing. And yeah, I mean, everything on the market now, I mean, 30-inch has always been the best selling, and that's for a reason, because it's probably the most usable and versatile in anything that you need to do. So thank you for watching this week, guys. We'll be back to you next week with another video. Just want to take the chance to say a huge thank you to all of our followers and everybody that watches our videos, as well as our sponsors. None of this would be possible without all of you guys. Thank you.